Okay folks, welcome to another 8-bit face-off Kerfuffle. This has been the first one I've done for quite a while. Yeah, this game, Drelbs, bloody hell, what can I say? Trust me, if you found Castle Wolfenstein or Doom 2 scary and rather unsettling, or forget Resident Evil 4, this was the original nightmare game, and you will see in a second. So what can I say about Drelbs? It was originally released for the Atari 8-bit. It was programmed by Stereophonics lead singer Kelly Jones, and it was published originally for the Atari 8-bit, and it was later ported to the Apple II in 1983, which was the same year as the original release. And then in 1984, the Commodore 64 version followed. Now, according to Wikipedia, the playfield is a maze of gates similar to the Ladybug arcade game, which can be rotated 90 degrees by walking into them. The player controls a walking eyeball, I've never actually known what you were, called a Drelb, with the goal of flipping the gates so they create closed boxes. Pursuing the Drelb are square trollabors who can use the gates but can't seal them into boxes. Yeah, it's an absolute, utterly bizarre game, which you're going to see. So there are three versions that were released. It says Atari 8-bit, Apple II and Commodore 64. So let's take a look at the Apple II to begin with. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm running all these games on a Mister, which does give a very, very authentic experience. So yeah, there you have it. You play the little... oops, I've just died. You play the part of Drelb. Now, I've been playing this game for years and I've never actually known the name of the character you play. You play the part of this dude. And the idea being is you have to try and close all the boxes. Now, to kind of hamper your progress, you're being chased by what I now know to be a trollabor. It's basically a face, a square with a really demonic looking face. It's a horrible looking thing. Now, he will pursue you. Now, if you get him like that, you close him in the box, you kind of stun him for a short period of time. Once you make all the boxes, you will move on to the next level. But occasionally you'll get, it can only be described, there you go, that blue thing, it looks like the devil. He will appear in one of the boxes and open it up again. Now, patrolling the screen, you'll see there, it looks like one of the gems from Boulder Dash. Now this dude just moves from left to right, or clockwise I should say, and he'll fire now and again. Now you'll see that wee girl that appeared that said help. I'm not 100% sure what that does, if anything. It's a very, very simple game to play. Up, down, left and right. There is no fire involved in this game. Now you'll see there from time to time the square will change into a sort of moving pattern of Drelbs. Now, if you're quick enough to move into that, it will open up a little kind of mini sub game. But you can see there, you've literally got about half a second to do it. If you pause, if you hesitate at all, then it changes into the demon, and when you move in there, you lose a life. There we go, I managed to get one. So now you get this little mini sub-game. You've got, I don't know what the hell it is, it looks like some kind of grinning skull moving about the screen, and it will fire bullets up and down. And you need to try and, I don't know, presumably save all your fellow friend Drelbs by moving over them. As I say, it's a very, very simplistic game to play, but it's damned addictive. And I've got to say, this version is really nice. first time I've ever actually played the Apple II version. So now I think we're on to level 2, yeah, we're on to level 2. Now you'll see there we've now got an additional Trollabore and also an additional Boulder Dash gem. So we've got 2 of them rolling about, and you've got 2 of these horrible square face things. Now if you pick up the little heart, that pauses the Trollabores, and then you can box them in like so. Don't know what that thing does. So there we have it, that is the Apple II one. This next one is the Atari 800 one. I don't think it runs in Atari 400 because that only had 16K. Now, differences. This one feels slightly snappier, a wee bit quicker to move. It's also got a really nice kind of arcade game look. If this was in the arcade, this is the version it would look like. Ouch. Now the main sprite in this one, the Drelb, is multicoloured. It's quite nice looking. Whereas the actual Trollabore, he's single colour. And you'll see there, instead of the Boulder Dash gem thing that moves around the perimeter of the screen, it's now, I don't know what you'd want to call it, an arachnoid bat, a psychedelic worm. We shall never know. We'll call it a psychedelic worm, there we are. Where did that come from? Oh right, that was a bullet from the psychedelic worm, yeah. Now that Trollabore doesn't stay encased in the square for long, so you have to be pretty quick. Don't get too close to it. The movement is utterly random. Now once you've finished making all the boxes, you will see, you'll get the little screen where it's like hundreds of little Drelbs in a scrolling kind of picture, and you need to try and move in as quick as possible. Now there's one more square up there to make. That should, oh, we've got 2 more. I'm making an arse of this. Oh balls. Yeah, there you go, you can see the little scrolling thing. Oh, bollocks, it's game over. That does seem a wee bit more difficult. So, yeah, there we go. That was the Atari 800. Right, and the last version we're going to look at is the Commodore 64. This is the one that I played back in the day. Not a lot to choose between this and the Atari 800 one. This one, this sort of the backing track, the slightly unsettling noise doesn't seem as prevalent in the Atari 800. It seems more noticeable in this, and I think that kind of adds to the atmosphere of the game. Couple more to go. Yeah, make that one. And then one more. There we go. Bink. Now what we need to try and do is avoid the demons and jump into the little the screen. There we go. You'll notice that icon where it changes to the little scrolling Drelbs. It never appears. It never opens up right next to you. It's always, you've always got to move to find it. yeah, it's an utterly bizarre game. I mean, I don't even know what, I suppose you would call it, a kind of maze type game. But you're not really moving about a maze, because you're actually making the maze up as you go along, as you go through doors. Yeah, I've never seen any game remotely like this. It's just begging for a modern remake. So if the Stereophonics are no longer touring and Kelly Jones wants to give us an update on this, then fire in, Kelly. We'll look forward to it. This is the thing, back in 1983 games were ridiculously original, because it had to be, you know. In the early days you had ports of all the common arcade games, and then somebody would come along and just throw out something like this, and yeah, it's great. This is something you just don't really get nowadays, which is sad. Yeah, so anyway, let's do a wee summary. That is the Commodore 64 one. Right now, firstly, every version is really good. Super playable, you know, looks the part, nice and colourful. If I had to pick, the Atari and the Commodore 64 one, I think they have slightly better colour, and excuse me, they have slightly better sound as well. The C64 one, I like the kind of backing track. It's got this really odd, unsettling kind of noise, which the Atari one didn't seem to. It certainly wasn't as obvious to me when I was playing it. Now the C64 one was the one that I played back in the day. However, I think I would probably go for the Atari 800 one. It was the original one. I think it just, I don't know, it's got a slightly better use of colour. And it just looks more like an actual arcade game as opposed to a game written for a home computer. So if you really want to play the definitive one, and in my opinion, go for the Atari 800, but if you play any of these you will have fun. And as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll just leave you with this.